that was when we get to when Grandma would run us all up, and then we had two transportation. Grandpa had his weapon carrier. It's like an army truck, and Grandma had his old Dodge
That's right.
sedan.
That's right.
And then we, Dorothy, Boy Wills,
Boy.
and Bucci, we named Bucci. Bucci was here. And my mother, Georgie Boy, and Kapili. No, Kapili used to ride with Grandma in the car. And then we would go over the old Poly way.
Oh.
And then when you go to this one turn and it's windy, it's like the car's gonna blow over. So we
sounds
all
like-
hide on the floor, thinking
So scary.
the car would get tipped over. But it never happened, it just. And then on the way down, we stopped at this Waioli Poi factory, and Uncle Ernest would buy us boiled peanuts. And then we get further down, getting closer to Hauʻula, we stop at a Chinese store. Ching Tong something. And Uncle Ernest would give us 25 cents a piece, so we buy whatever candy. So that was supposed to last you for the weekend. So we had candy. But I used to eat mine too fast, and then I used to go by Kapili and say, well, why you coming by me? I said, you like candy? I go. But she would always give me some of hers. I always remember that. And then Grandpa, we saw would go to Hauʻula Beach, because Grandpa, he was a good fisherman.
Talk about the squid eye.
Boy, he was squid eye. There was once Uncle Alec and I were in the water. The water is only about knee deep, and he had a squid box
Oh, yeah.
with a spear. And he's telling me, Uncle, you two boys see the squid? We go, no, I want to see rocks and sand. Then he moved the spear and then a squid. And I go, how you see that thing? It just blends in. But Grandpa had this, that's what they call them, squid eye. And then we would go there at the beach sometimes. We'd be there for hours. Then after that, we would rinse off. Did we take a shower later? We didn't have to, no?
I think we did.
We did.
Cold. Grandma
water,
made us
but-
take a
but
shower.
Usually, I figure after the beach, you just rinse off.
All of us come together. We just take a shower all together.
Yeah, cold water. Everything was cold water those days. But we used to spend hours at the beach.
One of the things that Charlie and I used to be excited about is when Mr. DeRego used to come. Tell them about Mr. DeRego
He would see, when he see the truck and the car,
in Hauʻula.
went down Hauʻula, then he would come up in the early evening. He would have some cocktails with Grandpa and Grandma. But then he used to tell us these stories, scary stories. And then it was time for bed, because we had about 4 or 5 different beds. There's 6 of us on one bed. We're not separated. Because these stories he told us, it was scary.
Hawaiian spooky
I know,
stories.
So, and then another place we used to go, we stopped at the Forsyths. They had a nice the yard with the old-fashioned bar area, bamboo, and then Grandpa would have a few cocktails, and Mrs. Forsyth would give us ice cream. She always give us ice cream. And so there was one of the good friends. They had some good people there.
The thing was with the Forsyths, after we would swim, because Grandpa would take us, Grandma was left behind. All us kids would go with Grandpa and Uncle Ernest and Uncle Alec. And after we were done swimming and crabbing or whatever, we'd get in the truck, and then he would come to us and he said, we're going to the Forsyths. Don't tell Grandma. And we go to buy, then he'd stop and buy us goodies, and then we'd go to the Forsyths. Yeah, because he was not allowed to drink, I guess, because he wouldn't leave there. But we didn't care.
Bribing you with cash.
Yeah, he bribed us, yeah. But what a great grandpa. One of the things we did, he wanted us, we'd be in bed with him. And that, I think, is such good memory, all of us, there was 4 of us jumping in bed with our grandfather in a small room. Where the house was, there was a
I used to
small
like that
room.
room, yeah.
Yeah, and he would be lying on the cot. And we'd all crawl all over him, and he would tell us, massage his legs. We didn't know he had diabetes at the time. So we would, just massage his legs,
Lovely.
hoping he'd take us beach or something after. you know. That was the buy-in, what we would do. But he lost his leg, yeah. They amputated his leg eventually. But of course, we didn't know at the time. All we knew was we loved Grandma and Grandpa, and we loved Grandma too. But poor Grandma, when I think about it as a woman now, she just did it, cleaned and washed the sheets and did all of that and
Make all the food. Get
and
the
never
food ready for
grumbled.
us.
Always was a smile with us, and I guess when she got older, it caught up with her. But when she was young, she was very loving and yeah, and she would take us to church. We had to get up. Boy Wills was famous. He did not want to get up. But he had to get up. Or his grandma said, "No beach, no nothing. Get up." So we all get up, and then would march down the road. And there was this old rickety church with hard benches and hard things where we have to kneel.
I forgot the
And
name.
we cannot play. No playing. She would just look at us and like, okay, pray. That was Grandma. She loved her faith, and she tried to instill that in us. But
And she was Catholic?
lot of
What was her faith, Auntie?
pardon? Catholic.
She was Catholic.
Right down the road. There was a train track. Greg, remember the train track?
I'm trying to
And
think of
then
the
the
name of the
church.
church. I forgot the name.
Yeah, right down below, on Hauʻula Road, the main road. The church was right there.
By the train track.
And then sometimes you hear the train go by.
Oh, talking about the train tracks. Remember when the trains used to go by with the sugar
Oh,
cane?
yeah,
And
yeah.
the guy we wait on the side, and he would throw us a couple of the stalks of the sugar cane, because they burn it already, so we just peel it. Oh, the thing was so sweet. Remember the sugar cane, yeah?
The thing was, I couldn't get over when I think about it now, how we could run wild. I mean, we were gone. How many hours? Come on, maybe 10 o'clock in the night, all of us. A whole gang, all of us, boy, Wills. And before I even go there, we had friends up there. Remember the Spencer family? And the boys. And they played music and had good voices. And then they would tell us sing. I was like, no way. We wouldn't sing. After hearing them sing, we wouldn't sing.
Yeah.
But we would all get together down the road with all these Hawaiian kids and just have a ball, and just go. We could go. As long as we did our thing, go play. And go play meaning you could go anywhere. The whole place, down to the ocean.
Even still watermelons too.
Steal watermelons.
Who the
naughty.
ringleaders? Georgie boy, you and Kapili were the ringleaders.
My grandchildren.
They were the ringleaders.
busted.
You never knew about the watermelons, huh?
But Boy Wills was a tough one. I remember somebody got smart. Remember somebody was smart and he come walking down and he was going to, and I was like, oh my goodness, boy. And he kind of calmed down. I think Uncle Alec came down at the time, but he was ready. He was ready to brawl over there. And I was like, oh my God. But that was Boy. Boy was always
Well,
like
it was
that.
nice when we had Bucci come every once in a while.
and
He
Bucci
could
was
come
sweet.
down. Huh?
He was sweet. We didn't get to see our cousins, those cousins, because they lived in Waianae. So it was a treat for us. And as I said, Grandpa had this big truck, army truck.
The weapons carrier.
Yeah, this big army truck, and all us kids were just in the back, just going with
That
Grandpa
was a big deal, huh? Yeah.
with this big army truck. Just had a ball. It was so much fun. And Uncle Alec would tease Kapili. Sometimes he'll insist, that she loved Charlie Smith. and I forget why that happened, because I used to get teased too. It was her turn. It was her turn to get teased. And Charlie Smith was the only black guy in the valley. And she was like, I don't love Charlie Smith. It was just, and Uncle Alec would all lay in his bed, and he'd count his money. Remember Uncle Alec had his bank with all his money? He saved, your dad saved all his money. And I was so like, wow, he's so rich. We didn't have anything. He was so rich. I was like, wow. But now, of course, you realize he was the baby of 12 kids. It was okay. But he was my uncle, but he was our friend. He was our pal,
Right. Oh, yeah. Right after high school and stuff. If me, my friends, or we did a lot with AC Miller and all of our around that age group who go hauʻula for the weekend. So all we did was ask Uncle Alec, and he was very generous of letting us the key. Then he would tell us, because he used to turn off the water when they leave. Oh, turn the water this, and don't forget when you leave, turn the water off. And oh man, what fun times we had there. We go down there, clean up a little bit, the yard, help clean the yard. And boy, we would keep poor neighbors, because we would have all night drinking parties. Oh, it was so much fun and so sweet memories of hauʻula, yeah. And even in later years when we used to go and have volleyball tournaments with the family, go there, and we'd hear anybody going hauʻula, oh, okay, you just invite yourself, like, okay, I'm going, then you bring whatever you're going to bring. Oh, here. I remember one particular time I was in my early 20s, I guess, and we went for, I don't know if it was New Year's, and we went huli one pig in pouring rain.
Yeah.
pouring rain. So the next day we said, oh, let's call it, we're going to leave early. So everybody getting ready. And I did not know that these people, I think it was Donicio, Dennis, and Kapilia, I did not know they put the Kalua pig in my car. I didn't know. So here's Gail, Miss Kalohi, not going to come. Go, oh, yeah, we're going to come home. But in my thought, I'm not going home yet. We're going cruise, you know what I mean? So all like Charmaine, I don't know if
No, I was home. I
Candace-
came home. I was hangover.
I don't know
sorry.
if it was Candace or
I was with you.
Darlene, and we
yeah.
went just cruising all over the long way. And when we pulled up, oh
Yes.
my God, everybody was so angry with us. I was like, why? What we did? Because we had the
Pig,
pig in
yeah.
our car, and I had no idea. And they said, if that thing spoiled, I was like, I don't know. I never know we had the color pig. Yeah, no cell phones to contact. Get home, you get the color pig. And I mean, we came home hours later.
Afternoon time.
Afternoon.
Denise was up here waiting.
Yeah.
Char was here too, I think.
Because
I was hangover.
we had the pig. the color
Because
pig.
we was going to his house for New Year's. And we
Yeah.
was going to use that pig, yeah. It was like a couple days later or something.
And if you guys would spoil that pig or
Yeah.
whatever, like I didn't know because I didn't think anything about it. Yeah, but hauʻula, so many good memories, I tell you.
Sissy and I
Yeah.
have a memory too to share. That's why I had to laugh, Gil, when you brought that up. So they go ask my dad for the key. Of course they can see hauʻula. So now me and Sissy like go teeny boppers, right? So we went and asked Gail. We can go. She said, no, you folks can't go. You folks too young yet. So me and Sissy, we go and take out our house and drink the Primo beer in the ice box. So it was in the middle room, and we was all drunk. So she was, ukulele. And we had our song from school that Hawaiian class you take with the learn how to play music and stuff. We was going through the book, and like every time we sing one song, I think it was Shells lay by the shore. Gil is out. Soon you'll see shells fall. Gil is out. I mean,
I wouldn't take that.
oh my God, all night was Gil is out until I ended up in the toilet, hung in the toilet seat. Was so mad at Gil. Then the next day it was getting closer. So Thursday came, and was watching the streets of San Francisco and watching Grandma Miller because my dad went baseball, Mom was working. So we called Uncle Paulie's house, 455-2678. Uncle Paulie, is AC home? Oh, AC's not home yet. Can you have him call us up? AC never called. So AC was out. We was going to ask AC for code, but that was it. So Gil was pissed off, but somehow my dad took us down there for the weekend, yeah? Not a weekend, for that day only, because they told my dad to come down. So in the Chevy, me, my dad, Sissy went. So over there, when come time for come, AC, Uncle, you know what? They can say, no, they're going to with me. 'Cause they always drink. No, they're going home. No. But at least we got to, but Gil was still out. We never forgave her for that.
Okay, another hauʻula memory that I have is, I don't know what occasion it was or why we were all there. And I was in my 20s, I think, early 20s, and I remember Tammy and I and Auntie Agata, we were having Hawaiian food, I don't know. So me and Tammy is like, okay, we're going to make the pork. And Auntie Agata said, how are you guys going to do this pork? I mean, Professor Tammy and Professor Gail said, no, Auntie, no worry. Somebody had that half beer barrel, and they had cut it and to make like a barbecue thing. So we made the keawe fire, put the aluminum foil, put tea leaf, whatever. We're going to make kalua pig. Tell me who don't know how to cook. We're making kalua pig. Auntie Agata comes out. What are you girls doing? Oh, Auntie, we're going to make you guys better not screw up. Now you guys better do it good. Because, we got to feed all the family. No worry, Auntie, we got them. All night long, me and Tammy drinking. Oh, the fire. Oh, we got to. I don't know what we was doing the next day. Auntie Agata kept coming out. It was a little drizzling. So the next day, we get up. Me and Tammy, of course, didn't sleep. Was drinking all night. Auntie Agata come check on us. And we was filthy because I remember I fell in a mud. Oh,
How many times?
oh, okay, make like this. Okay. Oh, we cooking. I think Auntie Agata kept scolding us. She opened this. She go, that thing smell good, you guys. She take all the leaf out. She said, let me taste. Oh, this is really good. You guys did good. I mean, Tammy laughing because we don't know really what we did, but we was cooking. But so much fun memories we have down there. Oh, a lot of memories and that water. Don't let anybody fool you, man. When you take a shower down there, it's freezing. Even during the summer, that water is freezing. But feel good, especially if you get a hangover. Oh, yes.
After pounders, yeah, you come back. Oh, after a few beers.
Oh, take
What's going to be now? No. I have to have my 6 beers. They're going to be. You're first going to be first,
Not like they're going to use all the cold water, the hot water. Yeah.
Dottie wanted me to share this story. This when they're at Hauʻula with Grandma Miller and Grandpa Miller. Grandpa Miller's favorite song was my eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord. Glory, glory, hallelujah. And then when they had pots and pans, all the grandchildren, grandma, grandpa, and they're singing that down Hauʻula. I wish I was there to experience that, Yeah. And like I was telling Gil and Alan right now, my dad's friend, Herman Meek, that's his name, from Manalo. He was a golfing friend, and he lived on Manalo. But every once in a while, when Hauʻula was open, he would ask my dad if him and his wife would spend a weekend down there. So they would go. And then one day the wife called my dad. She said, Alec, there was a man in the yard, but the gate was shut. She said, and he was just sitting on the rock, And my dad said, tell me how to, describe that guy to me. She described it. She can skin at my dad. I said, oh, that was my dad, And she said, yeah, he was just sitting down and nothing, just one big smile on his face. I said, wow, I said, wow. So what, Dad, are they going to go back again? You think if you ask you for use of place? Why are they going to be scared of stuff like be scared of the living, not the dead? I said, I was just asking, I said, gee. But I think they did go back, yeah. So, I mean, he did,
He loved that place.
Yeah, he did love that.
It has so many memories that.
And that's why Grandma felt, sad, but yet she had
Happy,
that peace in her because that's where he passed, yeah.
And, considering that Grandma and Grandpa had all these children, they were very, wealthy in their own way. And they also offered, I know most of the boys went to St. Louis.
Yeah.
They were not saying they all graduated, but they were offered and had the chance of going to St. Louis, like my dad went to St. Louis. But my dad, in the 9th grade, he told Grandpa Miller he don't want to go to school anymore. And so he dropped out of St. Louis. And now looking back, which was really sad, but it was okay. If you, Grandpa Miller just said, if you're not going to school, you have to go work.
They had choice. They had an option,
Yeah, to just stay home.
Yeah.
And one thing about Grandpa was like, with all his sons, he never got any of his sons into Pearl Harbor. But yet, a lot of them, a lot of my uncles and my dad ended up working in Pearl Harbor, but not with the help of Grandpa. They all had to make their own way and got in their own. And, you know, they all worked Pearl Harbor, which was good. Yeah.
But he was a big shot down there, big shot. But he
Grandpa
didn't.
was,
He
yeah.
didn't. He wasn't high maka maka. He never, treat people differently. He was humble. He treated everybody fair. You know.
And he
Yes.
never pulled strings to get his
Yeah.
sons to work there. If you guys want to work, get in your own merit, you know.
Yeah.
Show me that you can.